Yo, adeshima me mamajo esama makwaba ediba the sit show so na two television so na money eguso ene enumre musomfo hene amwakondodo na frame the flag bearer adamidi dwumedie eho chiam ene mesresre menim nyina yesre nsempa nsemde nkwana yate enonti ebesan adam osese mape bre na mode moni ebedi dwumedie a ye die na ene nsem no nyame ya adom ema na wotwetwe mu yi omampani his excellency nana adodankwa akufo-addo sene ade bia meka kire mu no ade a bohye bia aban ahye no ade obedi so na bohye ba ko a odi so ne se oka kire central region for especially wo Elmina traditional area no or the tomonim se omo fishing harbor omoni edi akire mfie bebre no ade a aban eka se obehwe na waye ede ama won na sa bohye no nyankopon adom na wotwetwe mu yi omampani ekobie fishing harbor no ede ma Elmina fo ema enije kese mi ne okase oko Elmina na je se enije kese pa ena abeto Elmina kronum na yebehwe se aban ede enyuma kese sei ebre omanfo na die na omanfo na nkasa kra eka efa ho isane se de bia meka kire mo se Mampani dada John Dramani Mahama osi osamba na wato aba asama na beye Mampani biom no ade a wa kire ye nyina se na amanyosem no ne ntiase a ewo mu ne se ono de entro kakra no kre kakra na ode afrafra na ode amayen eno nti eno na ode nam ode bo apro se memene o yensanto aba ensama no medi 4 years pe na onsan enko na ne kasemu na ode kopie Elmina beach omampani ekobie edi asoko bo fom se ye ba behye harbor na no ana ase no anche be bosome enan echi December 2020 na mampani dada John Mahama eko Elmina no koka kire wo mo se nya no kreda na omampani nanado wontumi nye fishing harbor no ene entumi enye no ekina isane se onu nya akwanya bedi oman nanim no wantumi anye enu nti ose nanado ne naban enya ade a wo betumi aye Elmina no Elmina fishing harbor no na kyese nsem omampani ebeka aso a omampani de kobo fom ahemfu nyina ba ya na ye bo nsem ahemfu nyina ani age no omampani dada John Mahama se ade a sakawa osi sakawa na this is where I come in sabeta frache papa yi kana sem John Mahama yi sabeta frache wabedi oman anim as a president ena wo bedi president enyema ya wo fam nhihye ya wo ye enyema wo wodi wani hu omanfo no mfo mani enhu no saa nyema nyina build ma sebe na unim kasa after say wasom no saa nyema nyina ebema wa hobrase to calm you down, it will humble you so that if free say wabeye omampani dada no wo kasa nyina ho be den ho beti na wo yo omampani bi na wo so de asokọbọ fom wantumi anye wo de wabeye omampani dada wo na omampani oteso edwa na wo teso no saa omampani foforo waba na traso no abeden abehye bo anase wode aso akọbọ fom ema wutuka ekosa baabi ko na ode asobọ fom no ka kire wo manfo no se adekode na omampani na nado so oba be no sakawa na John Mahama mibisa se ye kase sakawa de ba de se Ghana for ehye papa yi na oba back no oba kire yen what he means by sakawa mete se wakasa asem no me je se manje ndi esane se minim se wabeye omampani da enti no sebi wo besua ena enkrofo so ebo na aba so se oye good communicator enti wo hwe papa yi ne kasa oka edinam ebo apro ya na communicator asem a ye kan ebi nini communicator no good communicator na bi ni NDC foye mo bo papa ye chidom mon kan kire papa yi se ade a wo ye no che se ense mfata obi a wabeye omampani da even ye mampani Rollins JJ Rollins Papa J a wonya baby ko nyame emfa ne crazy obeye former president no his style the way okasa cry dey exercise e kire se position no ama nanya ahobrase sorunku bi position no hambo no enso enye ye mampani John Mahama wo se wo san ba biom na wo wasan to aba ede amano ene san nsem na odi kotu dwa se eye Elmina fishing harbor na omampani na nado so obeya ama o mene waye no Mahama e ka se eye sakawa yes we NDC na wutie mi na se asema mi kei wadwene ye wo se enye nokura ene mebo video na kire o na wahu nipa wo ba wo nchen asene NDC se to abama no non sambe ye omampani bio me sense su dia se wo ye NDC na se na numre wo hwe sa adwuma die wi na wadwene ye wo se flag bearer asema mi kei enye nokura I will prove to you I will show you the video papa iko eye Elmina beach eko edi nkrofo baaye na oyeden okache omu se eye sakawa na yefi ho a na sa sakawa na John Mahama ka se ye baabe omampani dada John Mahama ka se ye baabe ye no sa sakawa no ye be yi sakawa no akire mu na sebe uwo voter uwo eastern uwo central uwo eye western greater Accra upper east ene sa bono ni ade na wodi wani ehu se wei ena omampani dada a osan ba se to ababa no ede osi eye sakawa no ebeyi ehu mfoni no nyina ede akyeremu na ansa na meba sa asem so moma mi yi sa ade we emfiri ho yenya report bebre se aboniefo bi enam abefo kwan so ede gigi amanfo sika in the name of Honorable Kennedy Ohini Agyapong ne social media handles no ene ye de betudwa obi wo honuma no akọ create account bi no the honorable picture to na o send nkrofo messages o si utua say ya mema wadwuma utua say ya mema wadwuma odofo Honorable Kennedy Agyapong wonye obi nsem sika anso wama na adwuma obi biara wama na adwuma bia edi ho adanse ye mu bi edi ho adanse obi a wama na adwuma bia onye ne nsem sika ansa na wama no adwuma enti se obi eka kire wo se mame 2000 mame 1000 na mema ya fa wo adwuma we mu a na oyo trofo in fact ubenya kra report no de efama police enti enanumre ye pese ye use sa program we e de kire mu nyina mo hwe ene afoforo Honorable Kennedy Ohini Agyapong owo social media handles owo YouTube production say aye ready a mufa YouTube no ento ho se ne aye de e kire mu no saa na ukọ eye ne social media handle eye YouTube account na enti Honorable Kennedy Ohini Agyapong ne YouTube account no where Facebook account Honorable Kennedy Ohini Agyapong the Facebook account and da ho no tubo hu say there are 253 likes and 1500 followers. So the official page of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong MP of Asin Central and chairman of Kencity Group and da ho no we so Honorable Kennedy ne fan page and also your Facebook sa ne fan page no so ukwa 14,000 likes and 32,000 followers until we ne fan page your friend is saying Facebook until order for your bon munka say mo be share nso we Instagram and muhunu Honorable Kennedy Agyapong ne Instagram account and eda screen ne so no enti mesere ukwa obanyu 41,000 and over followers and 83 posts be kona ne picture ne da ho fe odofo mu be share nso amami we so ye ne TikTok account ne TikTok account okoho a obehu ni videos bebre memma obi nko create fake one bi emfa nji usika odofo honorable Kennedy ohini Agyapong ne TikTok account ni videos aprobo a obo nyina ye de nyina egu on kitinkiti obotumi ede wani edi akire enti ye besre ne TikTok account na ye yi akire mu no yo enti nia etosui eye ne Twitter account nia edisui eye ne Twitter account nia mo fe no mambo ni ya mfa nche me bi mu ka no Twitter ya yanko eyi abrofu suku ye ka no Twitter se be ya nyina ebeti ase enu nti honorable Kennedy Agyapong ne Twitter account na egusui se be ya ye nyina ye beda ye ho so no na ya ma obi amfa andada ye no ti yenhwe ne YouTube account eno so na eda screen ne so no honorable Ken ne YouTube account oko YouTube na obo honorable Ken ohene Agyapong na eyade a ede obeba YouTube ni page na videos ewo ho no so watumi de wani ede achi na watu ohunfo senia ese ntiri ye besre ma obi eden emfa 6 endane 9 nti ye besre pa ye besre se mo behye ne nso de amaye nti honorable Kennedy ohene Agyapong Asin Central Member of Parliament ne social media handles ena ye de ho mfoni akire mo sebe ya ye nyina ye ni ebeda ho wonyi sika na wama obi adwuma ye fi ho a fishing harbor na asem na nam heka no odofo anase ansa na ebeba fishing harbor no me panin bi a ye frɛ no Alhaji Alhaji SS na oye okay before meba Alhaji SS na se mame komenim later meba Alhaji SS asem no so ye be pese ye ne mpanifo bi ebedi nkomo ne abranti a ye frɛ no Mr. Isaac Mensah oye director of communication edema the New Patriotic Party ewo Central Region ye ne no betwetwe nkomo na watwa mfoni de amayen nsem a omampanin His Excellency anase nyama omampanin His Excellency na ado danko akufo-addo de begu Central Region no Director of Communication de ma MPP amanyoko no Central Region ye ne betwetwe nkomo afa oni ye bisa no po se nyama fefefe yi a abayi a omampanin dada John Mahama se saka wanu me still a me nsheda nyi ni me hwe video no kura na me won say ono otumi e kan sa but it's politics or see entro kakra ene no kra kakra no de fraframai ti e be fa ne sa ti ene honorable Isaac Mensah ebedi enkomo ene enumre na answer na no omampani ene da kwasiada wode nsem bi tudwa efa covid measures na omudi egu akwan mu amma yan nyina efa covid no ho se mo beka ya covid yi ehya asei ewiase afan na nyina omampani His Excellency na ado danko akufo-addo pe ena oye omampani a na watwe bia anase enchekra na waba na one Ghana for abenya nkitahudi akyerekye yen covid no nia eko efa the usage of nose mask anase hand sanitizers any closure of schools lockdown market ayenko any sanyema ni nyina omampani brane nyina na oyeden ode eho nsem ededen ede breyen se be ya yenso ye be ya hweyi ono de ose ni gidie ni se MPP amanyoko no ene mpanifo ewo mu no omu onimde a se economy se ya yesan ekenya no na emom nia sa mpanifo ennim ni se wo hwere wo nkwa ene de omu ni sa healing spirit no na say resurrection spirit no omodo beba back to life enti ensise bebre ena nanado ne na ban His Excellency omo ye ya ma memeneo ene covid no entumi amfa yen anko enti ode ensem bi tudwa in the name of the update enti eno ye update number 29 na je say omampani wa bone ho modern pa na sa update na sebe ye de brem wo mofiefie mu ni nyina ya de aban bo ho ka Yes, inti se ubisa se COVID sika yeden ya. And then ubeye advert baako another radio station as a TV station. You know how much it costs. Inti sa update ni nyina no ni nyina ka na se car aban boy se oni ma me ka kire o me ti se nkrofo bi edi hu nkomo se na ye de ayeden na ye de ayeden ebi no se be ya wo so obeye ahweyi me so me ya ahweyi na yatumi atena enu ti omampani de sa update number 29 no etudwa na okasa wie no oman update on COVID no osan de ensem kakra efa IMF nhyehyeye na aban ene womo aye no no so okasa fa ho bebre ba ko okan ya meti ya ne se o se sa decision se na ban ekọ IMF no na enye decision na emre edema no na enye decision na emre edema no esane se the way na o matoto nyema ma Ghana economy no ekọ no ansa na COVID no ne Ukraine ntokwa no ebeba no na hwe nkyere se Ghana betumi akọ IMF but oyene no eba na aba disaster no eba na aba obi antrase ankase COVID bi beba obi antrase ankase Russia beto akọhye Ukraine so enti mo behye ne nso de aman okasa kakra de fa sa nsemu mo man yenkotie omampani ne update no kakra na yensamra.
Fellow Ghanaians, good evening. It has been some time since I last came into your homes, so I want to thank you for having me again tonight. I've come because of two important events that both occurred last week on 17th May. The first is an update on the COVID-19 pandemic. The second is the recent agreement we have reached with the International Monetary Fund, IMF. Some 3 weeks ago, on 5th May, the World Health Organization, WHO, announced that COVID was no longer a public health emergency of global concern. It had taken 3 years, 5 months, and 20 days of unbelievable tumult, unrelenting pain and suffering, and emotional turbulence of a world turned upside down. But we have at last heard the words for which we had all been praying. The scientists and health experts tell us that we no longer have a public health emergency of international concern. They tell us also that there's evidence of reducing risks to human health from COVID-19 infections. This has led to the decreasing trend of COVID-19 related deaths, hospitalizations, and intensive care admissions. The world has also achieved the long hoped for immunity, and with improved clinical management, the experts say it is time to transition to long-term management of the COVID-19 pandemic. In other words, we can now breathe that collective sigh of relief. For even though we may still have to deal with sporadic, isolated outbreaks, the crisis itself has technically ended. The pandemic trend in Ghana is similar to the general global trend as announced by WHO. As of 15th May 2023, there have been 1,462 deaths attributable to COVID-19 in Ghana, with the last death being recorded on 8th January 2023. These are not mere figures or inconvenient statistics. They are dearly loved parents, sons and daughters, relations, friends and colleagues, whom we shall continue to miss dearly. May their souls rest in perfect peace. I am glad to report that currently we do not have any critical or severe cases. In general, since the first case was confirmed in our country on 12 March 2020, there have been 171,738 positive cases from 2,538,198 tests. You would recall that we started the COVID vaccination campaign in March 2021, and as at 25th May 2023, 25,170,382 vaccine doses have been administered. There are 10,566,420 fully vaccinated people. That is 52.7% out of the 20 million target we had set, with 4,599,883 persons having received booster doses. In the light of these facts, the COVID-19 task force, which I chair, met on 17th May and took some far-reaching decisions on the measures we have put in place for the management of the pandemic, which were announced by the Ghana Health Service on 19th May. The most important of these decisions was that the COVID-19 pandemic was over in Ghana. Thus, all the outstanding COVID-induced restrictions at our airports and all entry points have been lifted, and we're back to the pre-COVID situation as far as health entry requirements are concerned. It will be recalled that 3 years ago, we started with drastic measures and restrictions. The international airport was shut for months, and our land borders were closed to human traffic for almost 3 years. The hospitality industry was devastated. Hotels and restaurants and other social gathering places were shut down. Schools and universities and training institutions were shut down. Indeed, our world was turned upside down. That culturally defining Ghanaian symbol, the handshake, was prohibited and frowned upon, and we were advised not to hug our children and our loved ones. Churches, mosques, and other places of worship were closed for months, and our beaches remained emptied of human activity. Fellow Ghanaians, even our funerals, that sacred Ghanaian ritual, were stopped, and then attempts were made to change the tone and character of the funeral with the imposition of restrictions on how many can attend or be fed at the ceremony. Fellow Ghanaians, throughout these trying times, I kept urging all of you to believe that this too shall pass. Dare I say that this too has passed. The emergency is over, and we can safely lift many of the oppressive restrictions we've had to endure. We can shake hands, we can hug, we can visit, and we no longer have to wear masks. But it is strongly recommended that we keep some of the measures imposed during the crisis and integrate them into our everyday lives, because they have served us well and will continue to serve us well. I urge you all to continue with the regular hand washing and other personal hygiene measures so they become entrenched national habits. There has been a dramatic decrease in diarrhea diseases, and we have not had any cholera outbreaks these past 3 years. These developments are attributable mostly to the hand washing and improved hygiene regimen in our communities. It does not hurt to wear a mask if you have a cold, for example. It might protect those around you. If you are uncomfortable in a crowded and enclosed space, go out into the open and continue the new ways we have devised for outside entertainment. I hope there will be no argument that we should continue and institutionalize the periodic cleansing, disinfection, and fumigation of markets. Never again should our markets be breeding grounds for rodents. There are other ways in which this nightmare has brought some good dividends that must be acknowledged. It has led to the strengthening of our disease surveillance system, and this has been manifested in recent months by our ability to deal in a very rapid and aggressive way with outbreaks of frightening diseases like Marburg, Lassa fever, monkeypox, before they could turn into serious public health catastrophes. The pandemic also exposed some of the painful deficiencies we have and forced us to take some brave and necessary decisions, like the expansion of our network of health facilities under Agenda 111. I doubt very much that but for the pandemic, the network of health laboratories with capacity to do PCR testing in our country would have expanded exponentially from the initial 2 to 67 laboratories nationwide. And fellow Ghanaians, we have begun the process of manufacturing our own vaccines with the establishment of the National Vaccine Institute. The painful lesson from the pandemic about the access to vaccines certainly concentrated our minds. And we must be proud that we did not bow our heads in defeat, but used the crisis to achieve such a positive outcome. We now have in place a vaccine institute and 2 vaccine manufacturing plants. I commissioned that of Atlantic Life Sciences Limited last year, and a few weeks ago, I performed the salt-cutting ceremony of that of DEK Vaccines Limited. There's no question but that Ghana came out of this global catastrophe much better than many other countries, if we consider the rate of infection, hospitalization, and death. We must recognize that this happened because we worked at it in a focused and competent manner. We refused to be swayed by the populist noises, conspiracy theory peddlers, false and uninformed analysts, but rather we relied firmly on the science and data-driven information for guidance. Contrary to what some foreign experts claimed, we do have a decentralized, resilient public health system which reaches every corner of our country with highly competent and dedicated health workers. A public health system of which we can be justly proud. When it was most needed, the health sector and religious and traditional leaders demonstrated admirable leadership. The private sector rose to the occasion and displayed innovation and dynamism. We managed a strong community engagement and communication strategy which carried the entire population along and was admired and praised by Ghanaians and the outside world. Among ministries, departments, and agencies, there was strong and palpable multi-sector collaboration. It also certainly helped that we found the resources from the government, partners, individuals, corporate entities, and the public to support health workers and procurement of required materials. Fighting COVID has been a very expensive undertaking, characterized as it was by lockdowns, closed borders, minimal economic activity, and the consequential steep decline in revenues. The testing for the millions who went to public laboratories, the quarantine of arrivals from outside the country, hospital admissions, treatments and feeding for all patients were publicly funded and cost vast sums of money. The vaccination program was expensive, very expensive. Even though we received some donated vaccines, we purchased a lot with our own resources, and the multiple countrywide vaccination campaigns cost a lot of money. The fumigation, cleansing, and disinfection of markets, schools, offices, and other public spaces also cost a lot of money. Free water was provided, and the cost of electricity subsidized. 54,000 additional health workers were hired, and all health workers obtained a tax rebate. Fellow Ghanaians, keeping us all informed about this most unpredictable virus was expensive. A lot of money was spent on public education, public information, risk communication, public and community engagements, and keeping us all abreast with the relevant information. We must thank the Ministry of Information and its agencies and the National Commission for Civic Education for their exceptional work. It took courage, and I'm particularly happy that we reopened schools, colleges, and universities at the time we did, in spite of the fears of some parents and the condemnation of our critics. In some countries, millions of girls and boys did not return when schools eventually reopened after they had been kept shut for over a year. The logistics for keeping the schools open were huge and costly. But I am delighted that no Ghanaian child was left behind. Let me make it clear that COVID expenditures, essentially unplanned, have been subject at my instigation to audit by the Auditor General and are going through parliamentary processes. We all deserve to be reassured that the crisis was not used as a cover for corrupt practices. The COVID health recovery levy that was introduced to help fill some of the expenditure holes might not be the most popular tax, but I entreat all of you to bear with us. The COVID Trust Fund has performed an invaluable service, and with these developments, has reached the end of its mandate. I thank the trustees as well as all donors and contributors to the fund. It is likely, God willing, that this will be the last in the series of fellow Ghanaian speeches on COVID. And as your president, I have a truly long list of people and institutions I must take this opportunity to thank. I thank firstly all of you, my compatriots, my fellow Ghanaians, for your patience, understanding, and cooperation. Health workers and the scientific community. I thank the leaders of the faith-based groups, the Christian Council, the Catholic Bishops' Conference, the Ghana Charismatic and Pentecostal Council, the Chief Imam and the Muslim leaders, for their strong involvement, powerful prayers, and support, their help, especially in feeding the vulnerable during the lockdown periods, and through the Church of Pentecost, in providing accommodation for an isolation and treatment center. I thank the Council of State and our traditional leaders, the national and regional houses of chiefs, for their support and help in community sensitization. I thank the political and business leaders, development partnerships, NGOs and civil society, the sports, hospitality, entertainment, creative and tourism industries, our security services, police, military, immigration, teachers, pupils, students, parents, and guidance. I thank the journalists and the entire media. A few weeks ago, I gave national honors to most of the frontline workers who had been in the trenches, as it were, in the COVID battle. A total of 20,110 people were given national honors. They were well-deserved. But I know that some might have been left out, not out of any malice. We continue to recognize those who come to our attention. I must also make special mention of the environmental health personnel of the Ministry of Local Government. They played a key role in the burials of COVID-related deaths. The private funeral homes deserve honorable mention. They set the pace for how funerals should be conducted within the COVID protocol restrictions and with cultural sensitivity. In paying tribute to the health workers, I should address our psychologists and psychiatrists and express my gratitude for their work. COVID exacted an extreme emotional turbulence on the population, and no one can predict how long the effects on our mental health will last, and their work continues even after the end of the emergency. I believe it would be appropriate to make also a special mention of the Ministry of Health and its implementing and regulatory agencies, the Christian Health Association of Ghana, the military and police health services, quasi-government private health care providers, and the Food and Drugs Authority, FDA, which has established itself as a world-class institution able to hold its own on the international scene. On behalf of the people of Ghana, I express eternal gratitude to the police, the immigration, and the military, and the 2 IGPs, 2 CDSs, and Controller General that have served during the period. I pay homage to the pharmaceutical and textile industries and to the many corporate bodies that made generous donations and rallied to the call for enhanced domestic production of medical supplies. The Ghana Airport Company must be mentioned for the hard work of its staff. The Ghana Education Service and the Director General that saw us through the school closures and reopenings. Thank you. And thank you to its sister body, the Ghana Health Service and its dynamic Director General, both of them have gave such impressive accounts of themselves during this crisis. It would be greatly remiss of me not to place on record my appreciation to the National Ambulance Service and its workers. They worked well, and we are proud of them. I acknowledge the fact that digital technologies and drones help very much in getting vaccines and medications to hard-to-reach areas, and I'm glad they have become an integral part of our health delivery system. If we were still looking for any proof, we found that the high use of mobile phones and the digitalization agenda helped in the surveillance process, particularly with contact tracing and patient follow-up. I'm indebted to the ministers of state, officials of the presidency led by the chief of staff, the parliament and the judiciary, and all the members of the brilliant COVID-19 task force. I must make special mention of the Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who was my reliable source of support in the darkest and most trying moments. And to the many who advised me publicly and privately, supported and prayed for me, I say thank you. The emergency is over. Unfortunately, the consequences are very much still with us, especially in terms of the economic devastation it has left in its trail. It will be recalled that I said right at the onset of the pandemic that we would do whatever it took to protect the lives of the Ghanaian people. In the now often quoted statement, I said, and I quote, "We know what to do to bring the economy back to life, but what we do not know is how to bring people back to life," unquote. The clear implication is that we will protect lives even if it will.
His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa akufo-addo ena oni ye kasa no indra ena oni ye idi nkomo efa update on COVID-19 sene ana odeba ye fiefie mu COVID brain no mu no na IMF den de ye di ho nkomo antino sebita frache migidi se mu bibire na Martins ehun nsem no na utie nsɛm ɔmampani kan ya megidi sɛ ɔmo bisa na sika enya de den na de no ɔmampani akasa bebree sɛ wo pɛsɛ wote ne ɔkan ne de a ɛne ɛwa wobɛte sɛ wo sɛ wontie so de ɛne anasɛ wate na womfa nya adwuma de ɛno de flag bearer there's very little I can do about it na wohwɛ nose mask ɛne sanitizers ne ade aban totɔ de kyekyɛ free wohwɛ say spray markets hospitals any open places other offices ni nyina free aban na edi sika ehyemu na wohwɛ vaccination process na say program na ni nyina ade a a very expensive ade a sika na ekomu pa my free water free electricity ni nyina orofo sika sem ya but senior oka etwa ato no ose wakanda ema wiase afa na nyina ebo omampani aba so se ose one na ban de ne omu nimu ye ene se nipa wu a ombema no nkwa na emom nyame adom nhihye ya ema economy esan gina brane ne de nyame de adom one ne mpanifo nti no ombeye ne ombe bia ombetumi aye bia de aboa ama Ghana economy no agina brane omampani his excellency Nana Addo Dankwa akufo-addo ba ko osan kan ya manage hu ne se beye mfie miansani a covid ba yi ade efe no cholera bi nc mbai ba kokra ni ho a ya record ewo ye gan ye man mu eno ti eno so adepa osese betumi a nose mask ne hohronsa by force ne sa nyama no ne nyina ye de aba ewiye ne nso se wo betumi a ye de a wangasa o health wise ninti no se obetumi aya ebeboa wo me de minya ya nkasa nose mask no krank yensan enhye odofo sane se na ebi mu eha adwen dodo enti omampani update number 29 osese nyame ya adoma ebia na wei ene ne last fellow Ghanaian one yen ebenya ne last fellow Ghanaians one yen ebenya enti fellow Ghanaians omampani Nana Addo ne 29th update the bre Ghana man nyina eneda kwasiada etwa mu yi eno nti ye be share ne so 54,000 additional workers ena aban esan high o se mbeboa ama covid no tumi ne akon papa nti mo be share ne so de amame ye pusu ahoma no ahwese ensa beka penimu a owo central region na ene no atwetwe enkomo kakra afa fishing harbor na omampani ekobie ano na wotwetwe mu yi ade ehia yempa ade ehia central region for ade ehia Elmina fo nyina no ntino mo be hye ne nso de amai se mo be kai a Elmina mampani anaze se mampani ne ebedi ano Elmina manhene chief of Elmina Traditional Council Nana Kojo Kondua odena no disem etudwa no se mobeka ya oyade a na ne ra hoa anase enigye mroso ntino na se betafrache ne ni atata eniso papa mekra many tata eniso ni nyina ekire enigye ene eniso a ewo sa fishing harbor ya John Mahama ese sakawa no minim se Elmina for de omunim se enye sakawa Elmina for ehun se omampani ambetwa wo montro omampani Nana Addo ambetwa wo montro no ntino nyankopon ya adom a Elmina constituency ya na omoto aba pa de ma NDC na mekire se nia aban we ayeyi ka sebe mo besan de akwa dwundwum biom na aboa yensa aka abrantia ye frɛ no Isaac Mensah or director for communication edima MPP amanyoko no ewo central region Mr. Mensah se otemi nka mechiawo enanumre
yo opeyin mejodo enayubre
yo na mo hoye de na Elmina so hoye
Yankopon na dom na mo mpaibo ye ho ye papa Elmina so ye boko
good
na ye boko
good yeah that's pa me no kasa ide na Elmina this year bia one ne beka bia one ne beka se bia ye nigie ene sere ene ewo omano ene omanim ne sense omampani his excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo 2020 ton ena ode asobebo form se obeye Elmina eye fishing harbor no de ama mpedifo a anase omanfo ewo Elmina na enumu ana omampani dada esan ebegina ho a Elmina ho na esre efre eye fishing harbor promise ni se eye sakawa na aban entumi ye Nyankopon adom ye de fishing harbor yi omampani de ose ayoyo a ohwe mu odi krokro na nani age pacho na wo ho enu ti ye pese o kire omanfo ni so anase ni gi a sa fishing harbor e de aba eye Elmina
yo opinion me da wa si bebre the American oye fida wa ba sene kwe na omanpanyin Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo itu anano bo anano do ni oye transport minister Owura Kweku Oforesiama oye fisheries minister oye Henema Me Hawa Mavis Kumsin eyin payinfu bebre fi nkran entakrade behemu wo oye Elmina na ade fefe wa BC wo hena bakosem wo finfirmantu ofanye ne nuanom a wo ya afaredwuman omanpayin bu pui na obapredwuma de sonko bi edi wo ho oye fishing harbor na opinion de me kan no eba Elmina oye fida wa basene ko na eyije samunkoten osane edinaman ensusu na wanjendi de mudumeda otedam obenya se iti oye ohena owo edina oye Nana Kojokondu a otodo esia ebra orekasa a na osum eyije abanodo abrofo fano tears of joy abbe papa no mu a opana samche wa yi de beye mfi edusia na mpayifo a wewu ko wopre wosusu ho wodwene ho se oye kruwa a wofan edina ode wonya fishing harbor
mpacha wo si mfi edusia
abanaba oko obiara ntumentu anamon de oreye fishing harbor no ode amamanfo a wo edina
okay
memom oye the year 2008 no omanpanyin Kufo a ofi NPP party mu bo pui no baka to sword wo de orba ba ye fishing harbor wo ho odamon na na kire de nkata samna na mo biara ode wotu wode boa medami dwumedi na baduni na omanpanyin Kufo itui numunara na woto aba ma abansesa bai NDC abana oye Owura Atamas ni John Dramani Mahama wo bai oye 2009 the mujumedi ni dawa obiara mfanensa nka the mujumedi ni wenzi kapemebra Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo His Excellency obezi tumi a oba edinamanum na oba ma edinafo oba ka ona akomatui woni yem na ohye hono bode oye fishing harbor no obeye na oda ma edinaman ento man pemba kate sword de orbeshe jumedi na se na waye baya bosuma nanu na ye ko dizemam ya boto abanara na omanpanyin dada John Dramani Mahama obopemu Elmina na samara yide oye fishing harbor na omanpanyin ebutwa ahomem anade wode soso abobofom da orbeye da ma edinamanen omanpanyin badada won intikasa wode to do ne oya sakawa na omanpanyin Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo wabaye oderma aye edinaman na nenya ajododo the minfi education ni nara na moye yije tamne de Nana kumbi arkasan ma me ta se no na we di fi edusia na chede the member na wo sha se the worbe ye dam fishing harbor no kwa na tsuyi adwen e ba the worbe ye no na ranka fo wo ana wa wonum pa no oswa na yije mbrudo ni na ide inde the mujumedin aba wombra ono oche godo the omahin wo edinamanim
good
enti opinion na onye wonwa wada oye omanpanyin dada ikai osande the mujumedi yara we dibi wo oye fide wo edinamanimi iba hen coastal belt ye nuanom a wokọ ye apoye na ade na oba odu bi a mframa obo wo ponodo no wo na fi hone hiaman akapempem mbaba na ade na asese nti bebenara a wo fifimfinu mantu mu ha wo ya apoye bebenara ekogu sekendi obi no ko Joe wife obi no ko akwa Ivory Coast obi no gutema
okay
ma mo constituency oye Gomoa West e ba Joma ko a wo fa the Manford America say landing site bi wa o man pay da George Dramani mama 2020 year boto aban obegina Joma ma ka che Joma mane de ade na worry o no ye swimming pool nti okaka emi na de saka wan anya mo wanwa
okay
no ade no so ye swimming pool in open ono ba ne ofa na ma ho mpo we mutu bi wo Joma wan fa ma Joma fo anada apoye fa wo Joma me yorka say eko senya the landing beach here another landing site here yeri senya bi wo ho eko oye breku wori ye bi wo ho e ba winiba wori ye bi wo ho e ba oye Manford a owo Gomoa West ana Gomoa Toya Fema yeri ye bi wo wa ye wewi a onche biara ye ba pamotam eko oye Gomoa Otom bi wo ho eko Mowe bi wo ho na bi nsuso owo edna omanpeyin aba pamotam na ehije sama owo me de opeyin eko aye edna fishing habona why over na baby a emma no wokwa apoye emeyin wokwa apoye woba ma ye na no mba no so wokota nya na mana ata woboto na ada na marketa na share da woboto na ade wo nam wa asini nara wa ye ni na fefefe wo ho ni na na chiri no nso yimna ye na no ma wokompa no wokoto nam na woroto ni nyina so obi ho no a wo man kakrama a all the wager ho no wo fie Mayorka say eba oye fishing harbor na owo edina manum sisiala ye wo daycare center wo ho a ye nanom no wo ba mpona no ho no wo bedi ho no dwuma won fa ho namba mu ni sinefie ana wonja ho de jeje ma wo wo ina ababa a chekcherefo wo ho a wo be kire mo fa ba na de wo wo fie ma wo ku school daycare school ana de wo ko day nursery good nti onya da oya da ketekete na o man payin ba pa hotam oye fida abasine kwe the word way you walk and then whom for your recordona or prona, then when they or ya the papa or the papa. Now, opinion nature no so addition qua a woman, the woman ye just somebody day or the good decision or the baba good or Sunday. And Canana nature Yanejano, why ya poyen on number and famana no net day or say and I hear manna and a unity. We now will cook with secondi and now walk or ye Joe wife another Ivory Coast worker judgment. Me yorka say we nara waraba na mo na waraba no so obama nkofo a wodigwa wana wo habana sa wotu banche wodue bro bread na ade no so wo ba obenya atofo mo wato ma no so odisika abaye nuano ma wo aida habana sa no so wo so wanyesika osane good nyama oda nti wo bo so de akonkan ma ahenti ade akosor ana wo bo so wo da akosekendi ma ahenti ade akosor enda wo madara na wadaba oye edina anado wo madara wadbaba Joma ana wo madara wadboko simpa ana wo madara wadboko degu utom ana wo madara wadku senya a wonke tia no mo anada hente dudu bebria wadboko echichichira oboto na ade mbo wie na wori yamfa so wo ho enti da minya mani nyina odinya landing beach anada fishing harbor na o manpei na na dodan kwa kufu ada aye wo yen coastal belt ofimfin manto mu no odi dwumedi so gwedi sonko no de bebe ye nuanom nso a wo habana ase no so sande obama ma wona kodwuma wo ye no so mpo wa atro sande kanen ne do ebro polo kura enne ye nuanom ni na sande ehwa hiama na wozi ye dwuma na de boat no de da pono do da ekọ boat bi ma yipa be 30 no wo boat crew bi 25 it is a wo boat nkokoro be 100 wo ye ne coastal belt of Finfinumantu ma 100 times 25 no o payin oyahe enti wo yinara worobaba the man Obama Mona Oboto, Yamano Sudu Naro Baba, and Namini Bebre, Baba Finfinumantu, Atofno so Abadodo, Atofno Badodo, it's not pure water on Pana Oboto, in the age mani the Kesua Oboto, the Piara de Bobo Biara, Benya Wachafa, and the Akoma, Bowon so Wabrabo, now Umpuntu. And to the man paying, and I do Danko Akufo-addo Baye or Elmina Fidano, a man for over Elmina, or Jenny Papa. What do man paying us a bomb pie so or that man? There, a man paying the ye obligation and Sunny and Tassedo, Yankuponi show, no show one man you cool, or yet the new patriotic party. Now, a man for now, Shabode, come 2024, or yet a dinner, K. a Kungwana or the one, whatever my NPP at.
Yeda was a papa and last question can be sound we are no say Oshe Elmina constituency na say omuta to abama NDC pa nenso hwi ni wono mo betumi edi agina kase se betafrache NDC asheda aye amaum na mum MPP one timer abedi eye member of parliament e wo ho no eni se omampani his excellency nanado so eba yi hwe adwuma kese ya na je se Elmina for no se omude ose yo this time around no mo san ema MPP amanyoko no apart from so ombeto ama president no MP no so no make sure say member of parliament e be fi Elmina about this time no from the MPP fraternity.
Yeah, and the opinion ono embebuna wo Elmina no wo ma me ye chaase na eyi je so nko a wodi fi ifie wodi ndome wodi ba na wo se afeedi obeyeye onyankopon nsa wa amado wo Elmina no nkoten de afeedi oye ekungwa ode oye commander adina egwa for abrem ne de wodi ba ma MPP usana da we hu bida na ma otwo no nsurumi yimpo omanpeyin dada gin a ode to do oye sakawa na oye wodaw oye wona yije de omanpeyin dada John Dramani Mahama otase na we hu na mo ye wonpo da se hwe video na omanpeyin dada ore kadama asam ne da ade ne saka na wo mpanyinfu so a wo fi adina manu mu NDC fa wo bo ho disem obiri be ya de support the mother mo no obiri to hompia na wo so ye wone daw na wo rija to me de ade na one mbado
yes
na nde abado mu yin aro wachaase mu we hu da na yankopon amanen sado sonko na edina na no kwado obobo mbade da wo be hye omanpanyin na nado danko akufo-addo yin NPP yimyam will come 2024 abaye boto nti ehije sampa na esi damara na oncher bi ada mekan no oye landing site another landing beach awaye ni nyina no so oncher biara ansa na yebo 2024 ma babade ye be campaign na omanpanyin na nado danko akufo-addo ye transport minister olubu adwuma sonko wo nyina obebe bo pay fisheries minister oye yana maami Mavis hawa kumsi wo nyina obotua no aba ya pahotam na Ghana fuina wehu na finfinumantum wehu dwuma de sonkwa omanpanyin na nado danko akufo-addo yi NPP amanyoku waye wada abo finfinumantum
good we de ahombrasem memma assignment kitu bi se ba bia omanpanyin dada ka se eye very sakawaro sa video no ene ni aya ye fefefe edifisi mu make sure se mu betwa ede agu eye WhatsApp so na Elmina mrante ne mabawa no so mu refi se papa no kan se sakawa na atumi akae honorable Mensah munye sa de we man why yo say me honorable Isaac Mensah yene na wi anisa honorable Isaac Mensah ena yensa ekana yene ni di nkomo edifa Elmina fishing harbor na omanpenin dada se sakawa no me sure say we twa ehunfo nipa de aman eno anu ye na wie ye ne honorable okay em say wasan ba homa no so be 1 minute bi honorable
papa
na me kase me maw assignment kitu bi a obeye de aman na ba bia omanpenin dada se sakawa no muntwa eho no na munsan twa ba bia ade na ya ne fefefe na hu video no munkambom na mufama Elmina mmabunu no mfanto omo WhatsApp so no mu so mu refi se omanpenin dada John Mahama beka se sakawa na sa ade no ayeden akae omo from now to 2024 ebeto aba no monye maye
opeyin meda se American ya sha simple ya ye ne dada da mutumpo ma send copy meda mo CCR mi yorka se ya ye ma onenam social media ni nyinara na ye mama onpahwara ye beye ni video anka sample ni ye yi won krom man kofu ehu nya opede woto aba man ma obeye o man peyin da na owo ni tirim ode fam krom na ya ye de munjumadi ni na wo osanda meda ma meka joma obegina ha joma ka eche odo ye swimming pool ya mi adum ni ewi a so ye swimming pool ano ye swimming pool no ye ba mama manfu ina wo osanda ono manhole pool e motu bi ama he no ho na o man peyin na orepie go we be di anada obi orepie Ghana man wa betena do na ono ade biara obi beka da obeye biara oso no yeye anye ye so onye ye sunsun obo no mu ebi na ye ka FSHS asama oso no FSHS wontoma wo 2015 na so 2016 na omanpanyin dada John Dramani Mahama odi NDC fo enyim mo wore ye march pass a what kind of free SHS or 419 you put me a free SHS I did 20 years na yen sikampo yen fa ye na ya na me bi said 2016 other by 2024 only 20 years. It's no man pay that John Dramani Mahama Oba also on the free SHS no be review no or review the day who signed 20 years on shame. Or my Ghana free na ye charge they did 20 years in fear don't and signed here to me a free SHS from 2016 to 2024. We did do in fear or ye dumpo on the also the Oba or no be review free SHS or best system. No, Oban also not the free SHS about 2015. That's all one at about 2015. Here, day 2016. It's a year only ye. And I no be in the 20 years and Sunday to me. I start a free SHS. You see, on my pay that then some maybe I can't on consistently inconsistent. On can't some more so now can they are channel I can be different. Now Ghana for all the year who Sunday a brand no work when you double to my said or man paying da kind da oye na enda anya mpengu so be your man pay ni da mfia na no nintu membe do man pay ni bion yembi say no de ana oba ebe kwan na ode Ghana ode yereba fa
mo ye be bisa sa question ni pa honorable ye be da se papa na hian wa ye be san ato ensa afro ye da se pa se ope bre o say John Mahama is consistently inconsistent nti Ghana for mo hye no so na oka asem na kampese minemu di hu nkomo nia eye mareho ewo nsem num nyina nia omampanin dada John Mahama kan ye kra ne se Elmina fo omo a ye twa omfuruma ewo Elmina esi omfuruma ewo Elmina womu sabe ye mampanin de ni krom eye bole but wo NDC ni de wo NDC penimu no de wo firi Elmina wo na papa yi eka sa asem we a na papa oginachire no obodje so na mewra akokra Muma yankotie eye sa ensem na omampanin dada eka se eye saka wano na okasa wie no omampanin na nado danko akufo-addo so ne kasa kakra eto aso na yen compare mienu ni ensamra
Obai was it obey a fishing abo or a saka one fishing abo
I thank the people of Elmina for trusting the Akufo-Addo government to deliver this project, whose sword I cut on 20th August 2020. And I thank you for not listening to the naysayers. I remember that after the sword cutting, the former president, John Dramani Mahama, the perennial NDC presidential candidate, came to Elmina 4 months later in December and described the fishing harbor as, quote, a Sakawa fishing harbor, unquote. He was emphatic in his statements that the construction of the Elmina harbor would never materialize. It is just as well that he is not God. And I'm equally happy that he, together with all the other naysayers, are alive today to see President Akufo-Addo commit
to president Bakoye former president or Samba say ye beto ni so aba na Bakose dwumadi no Sakawa ana Bakoso akire say nye Sakawa entino waye fishing harbor no de ama won de bia me ka se enye me na me decide ama wo me media ne se me entertain you me inform you na masan akire wade ebia ne awuni ti se wusua wie a na decision no de wa o decision sabi o mampanin dada John Mahama me blame no esane so no ane krata a otro ye o obi amfatu ensi ne ti so ono an otena asese otro krata otro krata no mu se obi a ontumi entake decision oye indecisive nti se obi kra wa bontin na so hwe se ye to aba de man nipa se o medi yeso a obebisa ye se na Ghana for kra sebi den de haye because nipa na ka cho so obi a ontumi enyina ne na so ntake decision omampani die so no eyade a oba be take decision e de ama omanfo no e na nipa ya ka cho say he is indecisive mama yɛmfa nkɔ adwendwem mu na yɛnwene ho ebiom abranteɛ baako a ɔwɔ ɛyɛ Ayawaso Central constituency ɛyɛ MPP amanyɔkuo num nyame yɛ adom a ɔkyena ɛyɛ ne birthday na nenti a papa we meka no ho asɛm ɛna numre yi meka na hyɛ afoforo nkuran ɛyɛ MPP mabunu no sɛ ɛwɔ mu a ɛyɛ na yaba mo bu sɛ yasom party no yɛ nya ahwe ne ade but papa we ne story no ɛyɛ very touching ɛyɛ Ayawaso Central ɛyɛ constituency secretary so far metumi akase ono yɛ the longest serving constituency officer if not the longest serving constituency secretary ɛwɔ Ghana all the 275 constituencies ɛwɔ ɔman mu Alhaji Seidu Salifu a dodo na fe no Alhaji SS Jimmy di sɛ emra na honorable IC Kwe Agbena Oye mrashe bedwani edema Ayawaso Central no na saa papa yi odaso ye constituency secretary. In fact, trouble amasama breso mbra meme ye constituency secretary na papa yi edaso ye constituency secretary. Na ochira ne birthday nti na ye pusu ahoma no ahwe se ye nsabeka ne member of parliament a osan regional minister for Greater Accra, Honorable Henry Korte. Na ye hwese yensa beka no na yene na atwetwe nkomo kakra afa Alhaji SS anase Alhaji Seidu Salifu ne birthday a eba nyame ya adom ochina. Ye mpese papa yi bepe ne birthday akọ ansana ye yabona so. Nti ene de ye ka na yehwe emse yensa kan Chairman Bismarck ono no ye Ayawaso Central omo constituency chairman edema MPP chairman memo ajo emo akwaba
media
chairman with swag ene de ye de sa title no emo Ayawaso Central eho ye de
Onyame ado Ayawaso Central hoboko
yo ye da se papa na numre ye frɛ wa anya bone se ye celebrate the living not the dead na ena numre ye nya ntie se wo constituency secretary a ye frɛ no Alhaji Seidu Salifu adodo na bonus amra ne se Alhaji SS no nyame ya adoma ochina eye na woda na wo ye constituency chairman yi papa ya ye kan ho asɛm yi me se obeye constituency secretary no na se jama okra na afeno wo university o se ibisa me pese one ahwefo eche nsem kakra efa Alhaji SS so se oye den na wo fe se ewo no hunti a watumi aserve eye saa mpeso no so for almost 30 years if my records are right.
Oh yo anyway there mema mecha wahefo ene watiefo nyina
omoje oso
Alhaji SS ya kana semi Salifu Seidu oye nipa bi a MSS so far NPP amanyɔkuo no the whole Ghana only the longest serving secretary how that so serve na o question say a day na man yes from kunti a wasoma beti sebri yeah papa ye ofa e gabe ma SS hu so ye penyi se oni akola kasao oni obi a oni ne ewo age kasao ne ye mobile kasao oni ni kasa se odini die mani pako se onmo wa sum party na che a ye ke constituency executive anka wo mo chesi obi a no on funny position on funny nimdie on funny suho emfe hu ha obi
good
ko yene juma sene na juma tie odini die ma die ni die seno FSU obi a constituency ade obi a penasem ento on share akwan election da ebedu se ekoto be bia na onwo ye yi ni so onu anko
okay
because of the selfless life for our live for constituency.
Good.
It's a bus a party office. If you cry at the party office, and to be cry now only home pa. This will be a party office. The way you be a obejaba, abe sunni pakon.
Good.
The party here will be some great baby. Na a fana kwansi so no na ekwa. Se mpanyon na ohun ndia obitu hwana mo na okoso oba obeka kire nchifo. Enipa de unyi ane de ma bebre tochima kakra. Ntono kwa na last election ye na on pese obeko. At the na ya ni deputy secretary no ono sunu ni ho. Eti wakati won kwa ye nyi obi oba be constituency secretary ma ye. Enti yenya ne sa pa ne chose on sanko bim.
Wow.
Send ye be ya yenya deputy secretary obey under study na was free ne honum. Send ye be obey church constituency ne ma party ne ma ne enkunimdi ayo ase central ye di free 69 no yakoso edinkunim sa. Na send ye kan enkunimdi so emakwa enkunimdi bia obedi bia no ejina nipa numbito ayo central yenkunimdi no wutimi kan kunimdi abayi SSF film.
Good.
When film enye
good.
Miswe hu edoso. Me as a chairman cry no me ntimi bibi without SS.
Okay.
Ono so oye penyi kwa no onfa ne penyi ye ehun hu aye nti no.
Good.
Bibi obe bia no osusu hu kire me.
Good.
Ntimi ne de yentem de waka say obi ne darling boy.
Exactly. Because chairman and secretary there sana is a relationship na ye. Good.
Nti say aye na wo fu dai. The best man is saying Yankopon and man on quite tintin ahoɔden wom. Nipa wunyi kɔ na ahoɔden mu a ɛne na wa nyi kɔ afa so ɛwɔ so. The extra trade ampo Yankopon ne sɛ ahoɔden na ɔde ama no no say ɔyɛ over 70 years.
Yes.
Wa bro Yankopon fi ɔde ama nipa so. Na amane bia ɛwɔ sɛ mfie dinanim no Yankopon ma ne nya enhyira ɛma no.
Amen.
Enam na ho fama ɔde ama nipa nti.
Amen.
The tosu mienu esan te bia duru say ya ɛsɛ wonya nkɔfo bi suso wo mu. Nyame nka ne makoma. Nyame nka na busua akoma. Nyame nka na dɔfo akoma. Na bre ni bre nyina wo suso so ne mu saa. Sɛ ne be ya ne mfia wadi obedi ne anigye so. Sɛ Nyankopɔn na akasa ɛbɛto ne nsa ɛbɛfrɛ no.
Amen.
The tosu yare de nyame nyi fi na kwan mu.
Amen.
Nyame nyi yare fi na kwan mu. Sɛ ne be ya ne ni begye na one ne ma ne nananom so ani begye o masetsena omutim. Ti de me sama ya papa ya ofa enwa panyi SS eno no. Sɛ ba bibi obi Nyankopɔn ka no ho. Nyankopɔn de na koma so a opese Nyankopɔn yɛ ma no no. Ɛsan sɛ Nyankopɔn na de afe baako aka no ho nti no. Nyankopɔn hwɛ so na de na koma so no Nyankopɔn enye ma no.
Chairman, mesre 1 minute. Ubejina Alhaji SS na wode ye bona basui na wode atu MPP mabru nefu se obi onu mu a wasom office hwe ma enti bia bufu abamu asembe na wode ka kire MPP mabru so ombejina brane na makoso asom amanyoku no.
The mechanic say nkani na ye join party no and I say ye nyi o party ni mu no se ne ne hu niema no asesa kakra.
Okay.
Ahofama ye die hu share party ni mu a ye no ene me youth na aba no owura party ko meeting ba ko mi na obuta bibi.
Yes.
Yes, some party na cheye enti odum cha Nyankopɔn na reward o. Enti mese mabun mese ye ma no wo party nim no minya bi no ya doso na minya bi so adi we mu dem a ebe hayen because say di ano ka sempa na obi a wote nchen ehu se party no ya kono party no mu ye de na ono so de ho abehye mu bi na yɛn party man yɛ gige complain ana menya bi ana me de menya dwuma biem ana sumasi ana se ne yɛkeka kɔfɔ ho nsɛm a yɛbɛgu party na woyɛ saa no sɛ party ni gu a deɛ wohwɛ na wo nsa ka na ti mesɛ mebu ne nsɛm sɛ ne yɛ papa nom mpanyifo ɛnom di party nim ɔsom ɔm de ɔm som yɛ menye sure sɛ na akufo-addo ɔyɛ organizer na di party in those days na ɔhwehwɛ bibi na wɔ nidaso bi sɛ daakye bi party no ɛbɛtena bɛn mu ama wanya ho mfasoɔ ana nnɛ ɔyɛ president enti sɛ wote hɔ na wopɛ sɛ wonya bibi fi party no mu a yɛnkɔ so ɛnyɛ ahofama no ɛma party no na party no adwuma no yɛmfa yɛ ho nhyɛ mu yie na yɛ nyinaa yɛmmoa aboa yɛ ho sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a breaking the 8 na ɛda yɛnim no yɛbɛtumi aduru ho breaking the 8 ɛnyɛ easy ɛma yɛn ɛwɔ berɛ a yɛn ankasa yɛde ano ka sɛ menyaa bi ana menya adwuma but sɛ yɛpɛ sɛ breaking 8 no a ɛsɛ 1 yɛka yɛn ho bom na mentimi ho ase bia wɔ nipa bi mu sɛ wo bi adi agya me ana me de menya bi niye no sɛ de sɛ kom de wo ne de aduane a wo kɔndɔ paa ɛba edi sie ma wo yɛmfa ma wo that time o ne de aduane bi aba a wobɛdi wofu bɛyɛ ma yɛde aduane a wo kɔndɔ no ma wo a wontimi ni because ofum de di kan ne diye enti sɛ yɛsɛ ummuna gye a yɛde ma wo wo sɛgye so a yɛde ma wo mama yɛmfa ɔsɛwie ɛnyɛ party adwuma sɛnea mpanyinfoɔ bɛhu yɛn sɛ yɛso yɛfiri akoma mu ɛyɛ party no adwuma na sɛ reward bi wɔ hɔnom a mpanyinfoɔ no ahwɛ ɛde ama yɛn megye di sɛ obie ne hɔ a ɔreyɛ party no a obi hu no ɛyɛ sɛ obi hu ba panyin bi te baabi a ɔrehwɛ wo one day wote wɔn a wɔn so apii obie ne hɔ owura party mu a no wahyɛn ne bie ne hɔ kɔ party no ɛstate nkakra menua a woka sɛ wadi party no akyi akyɛ wɔyɛ secretary akyɛ sɛsɛ ne wɔgye di sɛ mpanyinfoɔ party mu nyinaa wonim wɔn wonim koraa wonim bɛɛ about 90% na nyame yɛ ade ne yɛ breaki 8 no a ɛsiane sɛ wode wo ho hyɛ mu na woyɛ adwuma no sɛ ba sɛ reward bi wɔ hɔ nom a obi bia a woyɛ adwuma no wo nsa bɛka bi nti ntɔkwa no deɛ ɛnyi film ana amunamu a deɛ ɛnyi film ana ntɔkwa no a yɛkɔɔ platform so yɛn ankasa yɛdi yɛ ho atɛm wɔ platform so no yɛde yɛ ho ɛma NDC foɔ deɛ mɛka twa toɔ ɛyɛ sɛ as parent sɛ fibership yɛ ɛkɔ so yi ne nuanom yɛ papa nom yɛn nyinaa party yɛ yɛ dea MPP ɛnyɛ individual bi dea ɛyɛ wo me ɛne yɛka ho bom ɛne yɛyɛ party ma ne yɛyie na sɛ wone obi anya dwen koraa yɛne nkyerɛ sɛ gu nipakwa ne mu ase sɛ wowɔ A na obi wɔ B a ɛnyɛ by force sɛ nipakwa obi wɔ A anaasɛ obi wɔ B nti ɛhu ne sɛ wo tamfo na sɛ wohu ne sɛ wo tamfo wie na sɛ yɛkɔto aba no wie ne nipa na wodi n'akyi ne wie ni wobɛda akɔfrɛ wo tamfo no sɛ ɔmayɛ campaign fama wo. And mind you, election, 1 vote account. Wo me oyire yenyanu yo fasin yenyina ke hubom no na party no etre. Okay. Enti yenhwe yakasa yie dedi kan. Na se obi ni wafa fa kwan bi so na fa no bra wafa. Enye ntokwa ene ehuhu a intimidations no eya adoso. Ni ya mesemu eyodo ane die party enkabom de die party enkunimdie enkabom de kunimdie ba yese praye wo hoi ohi ba ko a ebu okabom a emu enti ye kan ho bom no eho ene kunimdie beba ne enkabom betimi aba ejina ahyase de wo beyeme de meyew ye na di nkabom beba okay na se ye ti ho ye be kwasie ni ye di ntokwa ejina so ni twetwe ho sekan wi a ye be da ka bo ye djuma na ma na ye yenti ni kamu ma ni ye nyina ye party ma enti se obi wo asumesi echi na obi wo benti echi Now feel say nipa ko na dwuma ye so wani a pekwan be fa so abetwena ba wo ho rather than say odi otan ebeto no so nti de me catch party man no me so ma wo me fa nka bom ne ahia no kasa yi ya bra ba ye bo enye message ema foforo se na be ya party no be koso ya kono ama foforo edom ho him
Chairman Bismarck, the chairman with swag, Nedumre, Edasi Pass, or Kansempa, Afa, or secretary, who no assign, a Jinaso, a day, a 2 and 4. You better say, Papa, Banyamia Dumochina, a become a more celebrity, a Alaji Seidu Salifu, Yamin Shrao. Or for Alaji SS na ye kana semno ona the picture at that screen nisono. Obon ho modern papa di secretary almost 30 years enya de kiti yankura ye call ba ko mienu kura ponu na enhyeda enna form mai na ye da nyame ase se ene yende ya fatu ye ho se ye be celebrating whilst he is alive enya se bitafra che nyame afre na wapen ba bia kono afi ne ba betena aka brofo akese dia afa no nti alaji kakra eye na true Kencity Media any the seat show production team kakra yen so ye be ye de ahye woni munyam na ya den ya ye no yen de sika ne gweted de ye ni bi na emom kakra ye betumi aye ene de aye de aboa wi ye be hye ne nso rofo ma me ndane me ho simanye aboafo nkrato na memra sisia yo adeshimam sama makwa ababium ediba the seat show so on the two television na ne Elmina Fishing Harbor na me pese yesan ejina so na regional director of communication Isaac Mensah kasa no na ka me pese me de picture bi etu dwabat esane se ensemo a na me pese o kan wasem no oja ba ko mba to de yen konkohwe Elmina Fishing Harbor na kan wasem na kasa no obi wo no ma no ohun picture no na so ohun video no etu de yen konkohwe Elmina Fishing Harbor na kasa be 1 minute na yen samra
Ola no engira kura.
Oh, okay. Me pacha ene numre ye frewa enye boni na abrantie baako a owo wo mpeso so ene numre eye de pa se nyame ya adomo a ochina eye na woda na ne edika no mebo wa baso se wa pene po se woni yen ebe share 1 or 2 words about o secretary na Alhaji SS ne ye frɛ no Alhaji Seidu Salifu ochina ye ne birthday na ye dwumadie we na ye de celebrate o secretary.
No, they are doing.
Ye bisa se Alhaji SS one no ebefa nyonkofai otisen oye nipa ben.
Yo, madam say.
Good.
Ebi kai nichia ifunya
Omajoso.
waya yen waya yen so Ghana mem ani amanuminya.
Good.
Yebo abaso biom.
Thank you.
Esan say mo die. Yene mo shasia che.
Good.
Time I said you yene nam konsom mu a. Yent mi shempa wa pram said you mo na mo ma ye e friend say insu mi enu.
Sir.
Mempo yebo agyen. Dia da mo site mo ama kebi manin kebi mo bua mo ka ho ma 18 oga friend.
Yes sir, that's it.
Ampa Alhaji Seidu Salifu nyina friend say SS.
Good.
Sabi o ta flache asa 70 line. Nti onya kwara
Kra.
nti o hwa mfi a maybe na o tifini die no mu a. Say o si yom no na say
Ache.
na edia ejira bonti so aye jari a sabi yen na SS mu mere no he started politics somewhere branch fra on Sheikh IC in 1969, 70s.
Wow.
Womo were actively involved.
Good.
Ewo criminally nene. Edio tasache abetintim magana. Aye klabeshe. Na womo mreso no na chese o beka bibi asemu a. Na ese usie kokwa mu pa.
Sir.
Emse satan kwa 1999. Womo you know the history of how our political party has evolved.
Yeah.
When you know, Ogusu katra just one more message send me bring here see a kind no and I said you coming kuma mesu yesumamba radio the kichiamu yebubuomo and Sunday and I say nyame adom ye revolution so as mobeka amani semua let a friend say free press no kura no ekese no na tubu en kandalante isa say no sa te pa no pute ni so mu a eno ne say so o fia na o say no de so much as well give. At Womo, a pinking
politics no bring na or your secretary.
Yeah.
And then conform because anyone in Yama became and no move to us. After 1992, APA 90, stolen verdicts, about 96. And I say the greater land. Maybe I'm going to sit up, moving around, Emma Shekaichi in there as the member of parliament for Ayawasa Central.
Yeah.
From 96, 92, 96. It is he has been a gallant soldier, not a soldier in uniform, political activist. What you do, Manasi? Owa Butre, Owa Badaye, Owa Humdatie, and Nadi Mususuto, or politics. And you know, and she said, the company I see from 2000 to 2006, 7, 8, 9, na, what is it? I see and my Shekaichi everyone in Papua. And share me.
Good.
If 2010, I recall primaries moon in Myanmar. He had continued to be solid pillar in the constituency, in the region, and if you like the country at large. I be corrected. And then they know he's the longest serving constituency secretary of our party.
Yeah.
I said I stand corrected, but I am pretty sure.
Honorable, you are right.
That he is the longest serving. Now, one way, maybe more, you see, America, he is a typer. Must forward back of the document. And may, the Ubusana 1972 document in Yamao. Oh, good record. But the beauty that the youth of today will have to learn of what is said. One more year, all pay as you go. Essence, Negima Oyam, yes, free maximum. Mitrimo, and I just imagine said, oh, money, one money did this or channel for our and you know, say, myself as a member of parliament, the 75 years, Namadi Asabak is here, Emma, Nayiri, Obucha 4. Agyapong, Akumapa, so where you actually me as secretary, but in my mantia, the Sandri, the Bonyaminta is Omano Nabibre and Sankaho, Omano Busumi Bibre and Kaho,
Amen.
All man in fear did and come.
Amen.
Na emono all man in Paki.
Amen.
Na and continue avoiding a woman.
Amen.
I said you to imagine at the hope. And continue to me to and comfort here. Na before that as a legacy. And maybe that. We don't need to make a lesson. They can ask my dear Betty.
Adia Betty, honorable, Adia Betty.
No, let's make the say thank you. In saluting a gallant man of our politics. And we will continue to eulogize him. And to pray that, or that it's anyone or children near my bed.
Yo, honorable, you better say papa. Where the mesro 1 minute. Mpese ujina Alaji SS ne birthday a obedu ochine na odi tu mmebunu no efu. Mmebunu no a menya ahwe no. Mesre se obegina sa asem so na waka bibi kakra e de akire MPP mmebunu no.
Oh, Penny, and to attend man Macano. And then me, oh, yeah, politics. Na, oh, yeah, pay as you go. Casaman Casadi, pay as you go. Oh, yeah, can pay a money. That's your point you made. That's it. Actually, the animal's car. Na ɛsɛ ne tia ɔka de bia ɛbi wota frakyɛ wotia nyɛ yie na sɛ power ba na akɔyɛ sɛ ɛka pɛ sɛ metia ɔka na mmom asɛ deɛ wode eburo akɔ afuom a wodua saa na politics no yɛbɛtoo sɛ yɛn mpanimfoɔ yɛ no nti wodɔ eburo no a wode nsuo gu so wode gu so Emre duba kono na mponchali bi. Duba kono iwia na saidi. So ifa nse why wajeni se biro. Ese bro ni fifinti no. Ugusu be water, nso be to egusu. Na dakro na onyanya ye wadongu. Sa. Na feel ko fuma na onse bro na gira hoyi. Ase de uche di kofi. Na no na onya kubedi ka ho a. And your friend said myself, what we come home. Yes, and then Monty Abbey. One of my politics, and your post space. And yet they ask you go.
Honorable.
You know, I'm yet.
Yo, Yebedasi, Honorable say, other national matters, Banasi, Yawa, Yebesan Atun, Sa Ediafro. Yami, and shall be brise. Wape ebrena one atwitwe enkomo.
Mekmena mato ya nishamo awuju papa yo wadana mate.
Amen. Yo, bye bye. Yo, odofo onunyamfo Henry Cote a member of parliament edima Ayawaso Central Constituency a osan enkramantem so for minister for regional minister for Greater Accra region. Alaji SS and order mfoni no so mfoni edahoyi otiase minimo kase one of the longest serving if not the longest serving constituency officer of our party nyame enhira no se ne mpanifo ehira no na ensi nikra eye odofo mfa cheme na me yi Elmina mfoni no de akire mo but ono aboba ahoma no sum se ne nyuma no edoso nti na ese ene na twetwe enkomo ansana yatoa asonti mumfa eho no enche yen odikro okasa no o asembisi in fact utie Isaac Mensah director of communication okasa no kra na akoyese okase papa no omahene nana kojo kondua the sit na enijie no emroso no enti osun kakra a bit emotional, but I want to share with you now how the people of Elmina constituency and as Elmina Mantemno omo appreciate Sakawa project now mampeni nanado danko akufo-addo adaneno miraculously wadaneno amana fishing habo yenko hwe odikro a na ode nanu sem etudwa
me frawo magi kwabra magi waye ya me frawo magi kwabra magi kwabra mage
adeshima odikro na mote ne nka no na jese enije mroso na obroni amana yese broni ese tears of joy na are ho kakra esa ne se utie kasa na regional director no de kasa ya na o say almost 60 years over 60 years asa Elmina fishing harbor ada epono so edi na chese ohini ya osu ida se ade no beda apono so na afa ni awo no ana se po ne enwo no ye enti se ne ono na breso as your friend is saying omahini of Elmina Traditional Council ono na breso na ohun sa de we a na edi se obehye tears of joy enti nana onkwa so enkopon mao enkwatintin ahwodini ewom na fa govern the people of Elmina Traditional Council rofo ne ehwe se yensa beka eye odihye bi a ofiri eye Elmina area mu ho ne ye ne nakasa ne ebisa no how the people of Elmina how they receive this enti yensaka sa papa na eye openi kobina ese obitwa ye fante enenumre pa ye gusu epusu ahoma no se yensa beka na ye pese ade no obia ehu ze the people of Elmina no they appreciate the job of the president omampeni dada se eye sakawa no enu nti na ene me pese me dedicate sa show we edema sa Elmina fishing harbor no nyame ya adoma ukuada mehwe eye Jamestown de no so eguso a ekoso gidigidi se yensaka eye nyame ya adoma a Wednesday ye behwe se betumi atwa sa Jamestown mfoni no e de akire mo na mahu se ne ekọ yensa aka eye opening kobina ofi Elmina opening memoajo emu akwa abadeba the seat show so
ojodo opening
mpocho ohun ya
Yonwe papa.
Ayo me fante no nyena nti wo de be che me de me bro twi na mo. Pacho Nyankopon adom emze fia da atwa mu ya na omampanin ebe commission eye fishing harbor de emamu na enumu kura na mohene moma hene eye nana kojo kondua de sit ode na no de semutu dwa kura na areho kura ka no ma otumi epepa na nisu kakra na yebisa mu amote eye Elmina eho no sa fishing harbor yi etimusen
Kupe mamenda wase na memfa nchia kasema washafo
yo
mebibi biara we frikasi okodru no
okay
asama dano fida osi oya sama oya enije sam kasema edna usende site mama hino mismo kasefa da mfebe ye bisini na washa kwande na nka jamazin betumu wabado na washa na wamba na damembri
good
wabada odihwenije nozusuno
okay
hwehenu po a yemmekere yankada na yesusopo 90s ni nyenense denka wonya damazin na wobeye onamduma bibia enne wayadi enna kofude wofo ne kumpano fo na wate ho na na yefra ho asamampo ti obotu da monkofu ni nyina da worba be da madi inti company a na nka worba be da madi no wofo marine wode won za mebe won free na adi na be afi yan hu fofi antata na ogwara abamon kofu sisa won free kwe nti fi se woni hoda na yemfan ye football pitch na yembo nti na yefa ho marine park ya bobo ho since 90s BC mbra wodi adiwi
okay
President John Agyapong kufo bon home modern kat so de no soro bana wa baye na so wato aba wodi tuni Aban for bay. Instead of Hawaii no, or Koyad for as a fish processing factory no Kwake. Untuma Mbwamano. Nende, His Excellency Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo. Utumodi si ayoyo 2020 wakat soda. Nkakanka kra. Zabi oya samadaw mamano.
Good.
A man ye won kofi bi mo fa wo frim na mom wontim.
Okay.
Na obi ofiri ho no nte ho no onhu na daw na enigya na madi odaba.
So.
Na yen wo woyen wo ho wotete no wo ho oho ne yen bibia. Ya catch the madi oya disunku odaba wa bedan kro n'enwa. Abadan kunenwa nti oya sam kase another ade kase men osom yanbo ti se iti wo kwala krona friend na osi kromofo no hye hono bode oya nyamene pa 2020 de oboto aba ama MPP.
Okay.
In fact se wankepa nka meka de ednaman na non kwado kire keye municipality no yet the MPP abana cow.
Sir?
Cause why yate. Since 1992, I share Fourth Republic, I say, ye MPs. Share NPP when you compare womb 2012, no was a matuata. Ninada Okwendisi ho. Dr. Parko syndrome in the 204. Nyamiana dom modi CPP odimini nini na kwendisi ho enso hwe adika sauti de ya abana kromofo no to abaman na wotumu ya damadi amon. In fact ke wodze Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo na aban na MPP party na kaw 2024 ode e bombaze na yitua na in fact wa ma edna wasana bayedna biu nkan dina na nkan ye kuketekete kra obodu bebi na dina ya watonsum nti iyi ama edna mano wafa ne tampa efra nti yada Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo ase ade kopen ye sana asra no da madina ya yesi ho no se yentum ye na afarfo ne ntum amfanam amba mboton wo ho Emma nimpa wo so ntum enye bi dwuma bi anye no e da wa ye man no wo ye nso so du bi a na wo ma wa be abazintina America de ye wo dwumedi bi wo fo ne saiko ye srempayimfo won san nkatena dem won ko drawing board no do biu na won fa saa dum dwumedi no won san mfambre biu na mama no ntum mfa ne tampo mfra Sunday Emma ne se enemi nyima na ikromo nimpa ni nyina ya basa was fish ni juma na woye
nti
saiko ne yesre yes saiko ne yesre sabi onye nyina na ye be hye abotai
sa
nti yesre don fa da me saiko dwumedi ni nsan mbra nemum ntumye eguleti ni yie ama obi anya na basa na obi aso na nsan kwanan na se hwe ba kofu didza ikromo yadaw
sa
se yesre Nanado na apamfo wonmomode no wonfa saiko dwumedi no nsan mbra nti yada Nanado na apamfo inase
yo yada sepa openi kobina na yene no atwetwe nkomo obi a ote Elmina mantemu no ene ne twetwe nkomo ebeda na sepa odofo yepeda mo asise mope ebre ehwe ye na aha na ebre bema yede dwumedi no asi medam ase pa na interviews no adoso penifo ebo a me eye ohene Kofi Safo eye me producer eye MCR eye Eja Ando Robert Bafofin ene Justice Afu na ebo a me MCR Kwesi Ninsi ne George Sakode me camera ena afeso eye Kobe Scratch ene Fatao omo so mbebo aye ena afeso Kenneth Techi Agyapong me director of TV musumfo ohene amwako dodo na frame the flag bearer ena ene me de dwumadie wi ebremu nyame ɛyɛ adom a ukuada ɛbɛ yi yɛde ɛyɛ panin kɛseɛ pa ɛba ɛyɛ dwumadie wei so makram